Good morning, good evening, good day. It's Tracy back from Matley House. How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing fabulous. Today's another rewind day. What number are we on now? I mean, I'm ploughing through them. Yes. Today I'm going to do haul 16 and haul 17 and put it both in this rewind because haul 16 was perfume. And Temu do a lot of the perfumes anymore, so I've mixed the two together. So we're going to do 16 and 17. Now, the main purpose of these rewinds is to show you what's happened to these products. Have they survived? Have they broken? Was it a stupid purchase? Did I send it back? Just so that you know what's happened to them. I mean, I've had a few comments saying they're pointless. It shows you if these products are still being used, whether I put them in the bin or whether they were just a gift or something. But it shows you what's happened to them, because it's okay buying cheap, but if these things only last us a couple of weeks, what's the point? So that was the whole basic idea of doing these rewinds. Plus, it also showed you that I don't buy things just for hauling. I don't buy things just so I can show you a product. I mean, you're quite capable of seeing that on the website anyway, or the app. I'm buying things because I actually want them in my home, or they're gifts for somebody. They're not just for hauling. These are real wanted items. And the rewind is to show you exactly what I've used them for, whether they've survived or not, etc. So I just wanted to reiterate that, because we've had a few comments saying I don't see the point of them, etc. But I do. And there's another thing behind it, is they're kind of helping me as well, because every time I go to buy a product, I look at it and think, oh my gosh, is this going to go in my wasted section of the rewind? So it's making me think forward. So I'm buying less stuff that I can imagine me not using eventually or something. So it's saving me money. And hopefully it's going to help you think about the things that you're buying. It's pointless buying stuff and just stashing it in a cupboard. Well, unless it's craft items. That's what you're supposed to do with those items. But yeah. But anyway, you get my drift. So anyway, with all that, as normal, all of the prices that I paid back then are in the description down below. And links, if there's any products that are still being sold by Temu, I make sure I get a picture here and I put the links down below so that you can follow on that as well. There's going to be quite a few products, obviously, especially in the perfume haul, that Temu just don't do anymore. And therefore, all I can tell you about is I can explain about the product, tell you what happened to it, but I can't give you a new link. So I've updated the links in the original OG hauls as well. And I've updated all their links in their descriptions and all the ones down below. So, well, all that, let's get on to this quite long rewind. Now, got myself a nice list. And we're going to go through the list and tell you what's happened to all these products that I bought. So, the first set is all haul 16, and they were the perfume haul. The first item in this haul was called Daisy. It was 50ml, and I think it was obviously trying to be Daisy. And it had a nice big silicone, I've still got it, nice big silicone daisy on the lid. Very pretty bottle, obviously, because they've mimicked the other bottle. And I think it was actually called Oddis. And I've still got it. I filled up my perfume hearts, which I'll put a picture of here that you can see all of my little perfumes in my wooden heart. They all ended up here. Do I use them all, or did I use this one? I use all of my perfumes, so they're all going to get used because I like them all. I don't think there was any that I don't use. So the first item, I can't put a link because Temu don't do it anymore. But that was a nice one. But I have been looking on their site and there's been not as many, I don't think, dupe-looking perfumes. I mean, I'm not a big perfume person. I tend to just go for pretty bottles. Is what I like to collect, is the pretty bottles. And that's why I went for the Daisy one. And I liked it. It's a shame they don't still do it because I'd have bought a second one of those. Okay, item number 2, 3 and 4, because they weren't a set of 3, but there was 3 of them in the series, and they were called CooC, COOC, and they were all 50ml each. And the first one was pink, the second one was gold, and the third one was black. Now I found here a pink and the gold one, but they've changed the shape of the bottle. Now, I think the shape of the bottles used to be a little bit like Chanel No. 5 bottles, so they were mimicking that. And now, as you can see, they've put them in these bottles, I think to make it not look like Chanel at all. But it looks exactly the same product. It's named the same. So I've put links to those here so you can see them. But the third one in the series was CooC Black. I couldn't find that on the site at all, so there's no link for that at all, that one. So number 4 is a no. But as with all of the perfumes, I didn't rate the CooCs, the smell of them. I wouldn't say that they were, I must have a spray of that on a daily basis. No, but I like the bottle sitting in my perfume rack. So even though I like looking at it, it's kind of used, it's more unused than anything because it wasn't a fabulous perfume at all. But I really love looking at the bottles. So, but I think we should put all those 3 as unused, really, to be fair. Okay, 1, 2, 3, that was 4 of them. Number 5 in this haul was, I call it J-Door, so that I don't actually say the name of it. It was a bottle that was 50ml. I mean, it looks exactly like the J'adore, and they don't do it no more. I couldn't find it on the site at all. I mean, there was another one called Adore or something, but it didn't look the same, so I don't know if that was the same product or not. But I love the bottle. I do use that one quite a bit, and that one's a definite use, that one. I like it, but there's no link for it. There's no new one there. The next item was called North Moon, and it was a 30ml bottle, so it's a bit smaller. Now, North Moon was another good mimic. I have used it, but only a couple of times, so it's still getting used. And they don't do it anymore, so I can't put a link here either, because they haven't got it. This is why I've merged the perfume haul with shopping haul 17, because there's an awful lot of the perfumes that just don't exist on the Temu anymore. Next one was another one I really liked. It was called GK Into You. Yeah, it was 100ml, so it's a nice big bottle. I love it. I loved it. I use it all the time. But Temu don't sell it anymore, so there's no links. I keep using the wrong finger. Put that one down, Chase. There's no link for it, so I can't show you it. Next one was called C, S-I, and it was 50ml, and it was called Sea Orange, so there must have been different varieties, but I'd only bought the Sea Orange one. Now, actually, I'm using that one pretty much on a daily basis at the moment. Yeah, thumbs up for that one, but unfortunately, they don't do it anymore, so I can't put a link to it here. So that's another one. Gone. But yeah, probably copyrights have got something to do with a lot of these products disappearing. Okay, the last 3 in the perfume haul were solid perfumes. And one was green, one was purple, and one was orange. They do them, so this is the link for them here. But I thought they were complete pants. I didn't think they smelt like anything in particular, and I thought they were a total waste of money. I mean, I was going to put mine in the bin, and one of the grandkids took them. I don't know who. They might have split it between them all, but they took them. But I would say don't waste your money on those because they're kind of rubbish. So we can definitely classify them as ousted, all those 3, because they were rubbish. Okay, see what I mean? The perfume haul. Yeah, not really a lot to show you there because they stopped doing most of the items. Let's get on to haul 17. Bing, bing. Yep, right. This, I do clearly remember this haul. It was a lot of little bits that I bought in this haul. So let's dig into it. The first item was, they still do it, so there's a link here for it. A little tiny spatula. It was double-ended. One side was like, what do you call it? Like a silicone palette knife, and the other side was like a little spoon. But the idea of it is so that you could get it in a pot and then dig out the last of the contents for those type people like me that want the last of the product, whether it be mayonnaise in a squirty bottle or cream in a jar that you want to get it all out of. I've probably only used it maybe twice in the kitchen drawer. I don't use it for cosmetics, so it lives in my kitchen drawer, and I use it for things like I got a mustard squirty pot and I've got a mayonnaise squirty pot, so it really annoy me because you end up with loads of it all around the inside that you can't get out. So I use the spatula to get the last of it out. But for a couple of I use that all the time. Anyway, next was I think it was an aloe vera colour changing lip plumping. I couldn't actually get my tongue around it. Lipstick. They still do it. I found it here. It's green. I actually liked it, but have I used it since? No. Have I got it in my drawer? Yes. But I've never used it. I've honestly used it the day that I bought it, and then I stuck it in this drawer thinking if it's in this drawer right in front of me, I'm more likely to use it. But I actually haven't. I did like it. I think it's made my lips really pink, and I didn't like the pink that it made them. So maybe one of the grandkids will probably end up having that. But at the moment I've got it, but it is unused, that one. Next was a lip gloss, a blueberry lip gloss. They still do it. So this is the product that I bought. Did I like it? No, I did not like it at all. I didn't think there was anything blueberry about it at all. So I don't know where they got that from. And I didn't like the kind of the feeling on the lips or anything. I thought it was pants. And what has happened to that? I think that one went to the bin. So that one's dead. Next. Oh, it was a concealer pen. It reminded me of one of the big manufacturers out there that do it with the little sponge on the top. They still do them. You twisted it and I was dabbing the sponge and I got a tiny bit out at the end, but I wasn't getting enough product onto the sponge to actually, because I wanted it for my baggy eyes to hide all these dark circles. But I couldn't get enough product out of it. So, no. Have I got it in here? No. It's not in here, so that ended up in the bin. Next. Oh, it was a little tube of cream. It was a day and night cream, I believe. But I'm a sucker, I suppose all of us are really, for miracle creams that say they'll get rid of my dark circles under my eyes or my bags under my eyes. It's kind of the only thing that technically I'd like to see gone. And I continuously believe these cream claims that can do it. So I tried this cream. No, of course it didn't do anything. How long did I use it for? It did feel good though when I used it. I liked the actual feeling of it, but all it probably did was moisturise a little bit. Anything better than that? No. No. Pants. Next. Oh, next was a little ring, and it was like glass, and it was like a shape of a bow. So it was, it was zircon. That's what they call it, zircon, and it was a bow. It was only like a couple of pence in their lightning sale, and I bought it because I thought it was cute, and I wore it. I know I wore it all that day on the haul, and I definitely wore it 2 or 3 days after that. But then I think it went into one of my bedroom drawers and it hasn't come out since. They do sell it, so the link's here. I mean, for the money, it's kind of cute, but I'd say it's probably better for a dressing up box for the kids, really, more than anything, that one. So I'm going to mark that as unused, because for me it's definitely unused. But the kids would probably have more fun with that anyway. Next. Oh, yeah. This was a lip plumper lip gloss. And it was 2 sets. They were like little capsules. And one was day and one was night, and they were oils, and it was vile. Vile. When you put it on, it was like old chip shop oil on your lips. It was disgusting. That went in the bin. That went in the bin that day. Blech. No, nasty. They don't do it. Surprise, surprise. Next. Oh, this was a razor and 6 or 7 spare blades. Pink. No problems at all. Repeat purchase, I think I've done of that one as well. Yep, like it. Use it. Not as much as I should, between you and me. We don't like to do the picks unless we need to. But yeah, I like it. It's a pretty good razor. Next. Oh, it was an elastic, no tie shoelace. I'm kind of really lazy with things like trainer laces. I tend to just leave them undone and tuck them in. And I saw this one that was supposed to be like elastic, and then it's got like a silver clasp, and I thought that way you can just stretch, put your foot in, done. You know, I've not, because when it comes to you have to lace up your shoe and then cut the lace to the right length, and then you have to use a lighter to seal off the edge of the laces so it stops it from fraying, and then clamp on the silver clamps on the end. And because you have to do all that, and I don't have a lighter or anything, I still haven't put them in my shoes. I love the idea, but I still haven't got around to doing it. So that one is totally unused. But I'd like to do it someday. But will I ever get around to it? Probably not. So probably a complete waste of money. Do they still do it? Let's have a look. Yeah, they do. They still do them. Loads of them. No problem. So if you want to go. But you do need a lighter to seal the ends. Next was, it was a little canvas bag. They still do it here. And there's loads of these different canvassy bags with all sorts of different phrases on. And I got a bag full of drugs, I think. Funnily enough, I take daily eye drops, and they tend to get used in my drawer. So that's what it is, and it lives in my drawer. Let me, I've got to put all the stuff back in it now. So, silly little bag, but yeah, I use it pretty much daily. Next, oh, yeah, I've actually got this one as well, right beside me. They call it Nude Tech, and the claims on it was everlasting pencil. So basically, they're not saying the lead never runs out, and there's no lead all the way up here. This is just a holder for the tip, basically. That's the pencil right in the tip, and that is it. But what they claim, really, it's not unlimited or everlasting, like a lot of them say it is. It's because you don't need to sharpen it, basically. And it doesn't snap like a lot of regular lead pencils. So that's the basics behind that. And on some of them now, you can buy, say, this is just like a plastic empty case holding the tips. You can buy that and then several tips so that you've got replacements. And do I use it? Yeah, I do. Do I use it a lot? No. But it is handy to know that it's not going to keep snapping and breaking on me. So I've got that, and yeah, tick, tick. Next. Oh, they were 2 pot plants, and there's like self-watering. In other words, they were white with like a weird brown base that clips on. But what you do is you've got a piece of material that you use for wicking up the water. You poke it through the hole into the bottom sort of little tray, and it wicks the water up to the plant. So basically, as long as you keep filling up that bottom tray, it will keep your plant alive. Now, I thought, oh yeah, that sounds really good. No, I don't use them, and I don't use them for a reason. I got my watering can, filled up the little tray, and most of the time, before I realised, it's overflowing all over the floor. You can't see how full this little tray is whilst you're filling it up with water, so you don't know when to stop. And it infuriated me that every time I went to do it, I'd have to clean the floor at the same time. So even though I haven't thrown them away, they're in my plant pot cupboard, but I don't think I'm going to get around to using them. So I know at some point they're going to end up in the bin, just because, yeah, I don't get on with them. Do they still do them? Yes, I believe they do. They still do them. So the link's in. Next, it was a silly little dog toy present for my daughter's dog. She had a new puppy at the time. So it's a bag it was called Wootsits, which is like a play on Wotsits. So it was just a little bag that sort of had crunchy noises in it. I don't think it's anything that dog particularly plays with either. I think most dogs like squeaky things or balls, and this one, it didn't really cut the mustard for the puppy. So it's in the dog toy box, but I don't believe it's being used a lot. Do they still do them? Yes, they do. Next was a little watering can, and I bought the grey version, plastic little indoor watering can with a metal spout with a little plastic rose on the end that you put on. I love it, this little watering can, and I use it pretty much on a daily basis to water all my indoor plants. I can't rate it enough. It is a perfect little watering can. In fact, I will probably at some stage buy a second one, just so that I can be lazy and leave one in the bathroom. Well, it's like £2 or £3, so at some stage I know I'm going to get another one. So yeah, love them, love that. No problems at all with it. What's next? Need to follow along my list. Oh yeah, It was the mini popcorn maker. The kids at the time were eating a lot of popcorn, so I don't have. We used to do it in the saucepan. I really hate washing the saucepan out, sort of thing. So I saw this one. They don't do it anymore. Couldn't find it anywhere on the site. Sometimes I know when they go out of stock, you can't find it, but in a month's time it might be back. So I don't know, but I couldn't find it on the site, so there's no link for it here. But actually, I still like it, still use it. No, it's popcorn. I don't use it that much. Probably once every couple of months. But so far, so good on that one. Next. Oh, it was a little dog blanket. I think it was the creamy colour blanket with a little brown, sort of brown grey paw prints all over it. Yeah, no problem at all. I mean, I don't use it I don't use it at all. It's a dog blanket. I don't use it a huge amount because Jack's preferring the big, thick sort of blankets that I've got that I put on my bed because I have to have stuff like that to protect my bed or my couch. And this one's a little bit thin. It's only every now and then that gets used, but it's still a good thing. They still do it. For the money, yep, no problems at all. Next item was, iPhone camera lens covers. I thought they were really pretty. They're sort of little circles with diamantes that you stick on the backs of your phone here that go around your camera holes. As you can see, it's not on my phone. They kept falling off. And of course, that's only good if you don't have a phone case as well. Well, who wants lens covers and then not to protect your phone? Stupid item. Stupid item that definitely went in the bin. Rubbish. And to go with that rubbish item was another rubbish item. Actually, they still sell those lens covers, but I don't suggest you buy them. So the next item went with that, and it was, I'll show you. They called it a dust cover, and it's for the lightning port at the bottom of the phone here. I've got my cable plugged into it here. But it was a little plastic plug, and I think it had Hello Kitty or something hanging off of it. And as you can see, it's not anywhere near my phone because it was kind of rubbish. The chain was weak. It came apart several times, and I got bored of putting it back together, and that ended up in the bin. So complete pants, that one as well. Yeah, they called it a dust plug. No. Next. These were a pack of... I keep pointing to my wrist. They were a pack of hairbands that were sort of like braids in all sort of dusky grey hue colours. And they were really pretty. I do use them. Not a huge amount because I'm trying not to tie my hair up as much as I used to. But yeah. And they reckon they're specifically made for thick hair. I think it's because they're a little bit bigger and you can get it round like 3 times to really hold in your hair. But yeah, they still sell them. They were literally something like 40 odd pence for all of them. And yeah, I rate them. They were fine. Still fine for me. No problem at all. But I don't use them a huge amount. Next. Yeah, I don't even know why I bought these. These were one of those moments on Temu, where you go down a rabbit hole looking for something and you end up looking at something else. And yeah, I thought they were cute. And now they still do them, but they don't do they've run out of the white ones that I had, but I know they do a couple of other colours like red. But they're little like matchstick men standing there holding. They're sort of squatting and they're holding. And my idea was to put cutting boards in the kitchen to make them look like they were holding these cutting boards. So I took them into the kitchen, but the men are got their arms open to hold the cutting board, and the cutting board just don't fit. My cutting board's too thick to fit in between them. So yeah, no. I'm going to find something else at some point to use them for. Well, unless you've got thinner cutting boards. I was thinking of maybe using them to hold a picture up, but I don't know. I haven't got around to using them. They're still fun enough sitting at the top of a unit in my kitchen, but yeah, no. No, more pants. Next. Oh yes, little pink set of headphones, just sort of, the cheap, cheerful ones that you normally get given with a phone. Basic, in-ear, little volume control. I just wanted a spare one. Have I used it? No. No, because I think I bought a Lenovo big old padded pair instead, and they're so much nicer. But I've still got it in the drawer should I need it at some point. But yeah, no, I didn't use it. Next. Funnily enough. It's this cable. That's weird, isn't it? It's a 10-foot cable, and this version that I bought is for Apple, as you can see. Now, like you can see on my phone, it's charging my phone, but it's not doing data transfer. It will do data transfer, but it's not very fast. It's not as fast as they make out, but it is a 10-foot Apple cable. So I've got no complaints at all with it. I can plonk it and charge my phone up, and I'm more than happy with it. To be fair, God, if you bought a proper Apple one for 10 feet, that would cost you a pretty penny. And these, I think, were literally £2.50, something like that. I mean, super bargain. Yeah, they were good. Next. Oh, these were kind of cute. I'll have to show you them. They're probably really dusty, so you'll have to excuse the dust, but I'll go in and quickly show you them in the kitchen. But we classified them as, they said, soup spoon and tray. That's how they were selling them at the time. But right on the top of it, it looks like a swan neck to me. It looks like a swan head coming down to a swan neck. And I thought, they're so cute. So I don't think they're soup spoons. To me, they look like ladles, but maybe the Chinese classify them as soup spoons. But because they come with a little tray as well, I blue tacked the ladle to the tray and then stood them in the kitchen and bought one white one, one black one, and used them as ornaments because they kind of look like swans. But I think for £2, which is what I paid for them, yeah, I love them. They don't do them anymore though. Sorry. I did look. I looked everywhere and I couldn't find them. Next was my coffee mat in the kitchen. And yeah, I mean, it's in the coffee area. Do I think it's worth it? No, not really. Not unless you've got a separate sort of bar area that you've properly decked out as a proper coffee bar. Not like my little area where I've squashed it in above the laundry. But in the right area, yeah. But is it worth it? I don't think so. Not really. It's supposed to suck up spillages should you spill things, but I don't really make a spillage mess there or anything. But they remind me of the ones that you used to have for like drying next to the sink so that you could pile all your wet stuff on it so it would like protect your side and soak it up as like a sponge. It reminds me of that really more than anything. But I kind of still like looking at it, but I know at some point it's going to get kicked to the curb because I'm going to get bored of cleaning around it or something, and I'm going to miss seeing the plain side because, yeah, as much as I like little bits, I am more of a minimalist person. But yeah, there are some nicer looking ones. I mean, this one I couldn't find on the site, but there are some nicer patterns. Maybe I just need less of a pattern, which might help. Okay, the last item of this long rewind was a set of glasses, and they look like Coke cans. So they're 330 mils, the shape of a Coke can, and they all came with a glass straw as well. Now, I know they do ones that have also got like bamboo lids as well, but I didn't need the bamboo lids. I just went for the glasses with the glass straws. I love them. I think they're 13 ounce, which I believe is about 330 mils. It's exactly the same size as a can of Coke. So you tip a can of Coke in, it'll fill the glass up nicely. I like them. They're really nice. So, whoo, that's the end of this little haul. Let's put my bit of paper down so I can see properly. So that's why I mixed haul 16 and 17 together, because of the perfumes. I still like all the perfumes, but yeah, it's less about how much they smell and more about what the bottle looks like for me, which I know a lot of people are like that. It is more about the perfume bottle. So even though, yeah, I don't use most of them, I do enjoy looking at them in my little perfume cabinet that I've got. But it wouldn't have been enough to make a haul out of, or a rewind haul out of, which is why I squeezed these two together. But there was lots and lots of little bits in haul 17, and there was a few failures in there, but live and learn and all that. So that shows you what happened to all those products. I hope these numbers are not too awful, and I hope it's provided you with some sort of info on some of these products, of whether they're even worth entertaining. I don't know. But onwards and upwards, and let's get on to rewind. What will be the next one? Because if this is... Oh, I gotta look. Oh, this is 16 and 17 together. So the next one's going to be rewind 18. Yay! We might take a break when we get to 20. Just take a couple of weeks off of doing them and then go again. Because we're sort of halfway there once we get to 20. So thank you so much if you've joined me all the way through my waffling on and telling you what happens to all these products. And hope to catch you on the next one. So until then, be good and look after yourself, and I'll see you later.